What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm just coming on here today to let you guys know that you can do it, man. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. There was once a time where I didn't think I could do anything. I thought I was just useless, and I would look at other people that were doing cool things or that were where I wanted to be in life, and I would look at them like a mystery, like, it's so out of reach. I can't do that. And I would just go back to my job and be kind of miserable, like decently happy, but not really happy. And I was sick of doing that. I want to be happy, happy. I want to do what I love to do and not feel like I have to work, which is why I play drums and make content now, because that's my job and that's what I do. And it's not work. I'm just doing what I love. So I just want you guys to use me as an example of someone who changed that, because you might be at a job right now that you hate. I did that for a long time. I hated my jobs, dude. I used to drive forklifts. I used to load trucks. I would drive that yard horse and back the trailers into the dock, and then I would load it, and then I would pull it back into the yard. Whereas everyone else was just loading trucks, because I knew how to back in the trailers, right? So I would get them all backed in for everyone. And I hated it, dude. My boss would be miserable, and I just accepted it. I just thought that's what life was. That's what everyone does. That's what you do. You just get a job. You got to make money. Everyone talks about how work sucks, and it's just like a funny cultural meme thing. You hate your boss. Your boss is a dick. It's funny, and we make light of it and we joke about it, but when you really think about it, we hate our jobs and we're miserable. It's very common. You don't have to do that, though. A lot of people will think about it and just say like, oh, damn, I don't know how, though. The how is what we get tied up on, because we think it's just overwhelming to think about, damn, really changing my whole life around, quitting my job or finding a new job or taking the steps to try to figure out something else. Well, it's very doable and it's very easy. It doesn't have to be looked at like it's so difficult. You got to figure out what it is that you love and that you want to do. That's really what it is. If you can figure out what it is that you really, truly are passionate about, you can monetize that. Listen, you can monetize anything. Literally, bro. The craziest, people are making money on the craziest things. Figure out what it is you love and do that. And put out that good energy and that good vibe when you do that. That's what's going to help attract it into your life even faster. When you're doing what you love. Why? Because you love it. You're in a good vibration. You're in a good feeling. And if you guys stick around this channel and you hear me talk about the law of attraction, these books, The Secret, and then this book called The Law of Attraction, I learned a lot from those books about our mindset and our vibe that we put ourselves in and how it attracts things into your life. So if you're in a shitty vibe all the time at your shitty job, you're just going to keep experiencing shittiness, and you're going to experience whatever you are aligned with internally. We're creating our experience from the inside out, not the other way around. So I would envision what it is you want, the life you want. Don't envision your current life, how your job sucks and how Monday's coming and you got to go there. Don't stay in that world internally. Go somewhere else internally until it manifests on the outside. That's what these books teach you. And it's true, man. I did it. I used to be an addict. I was a heroin addict. I was in and out of jail for years. And I understood my thinking and the vibe I was always putting myself in. And it made sense with my reality at the time, being an addict. I saw everything in my life that was basically what I was manifesting. This is the engine inside. Once I understood this concept with my thinking, I changed it and consciously, and I beat addiction that way, and I completely changed my life, and I got rid of it. I got rid of anything to do with addiction from my thinking and from my life, and then that manifested. My life became very good. Nothing to do with addiction was in there. Struggle, meetings, going to seeing my doctor, getting on medication, all that shit disappeared. I'm not saying if you're an addict, you should just quit and do what I did. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just telling you what worked for me. And that's what did it, my mindset. So with that information, you can now apply that to whatever it is you want to do in your life. If you hate your work, start thinking of this shit. Start thinking about something you really love. Maybe you love like arts and craft. You like painting and shit. You can monetize that. You can become successful in that realm and earn a living. You absolutely can. Anybody who's doing anything, at one point they weren't doing it. and they went out and created that life. Do you know what I mean? Everyone, every artist you love, every musical artist, every successful person you look at, there was a time in their life where they weren't that yet. You know them as that. But they were an 8-year-old kid once, and they had to create that. Maybe they worked jobs they hated. I know I definitely did. I'm not like super famous or whatever, but I definitely built a little bit of a name for myself. And before that, I wasn't. I mean, I was an addict. You know what I mean? So don't ever look at your situation like you're screwed or that you can't do it or, you're stuck at this job because why? You know why? You only have one life. This is your only life you get, as we know, and it goes by quick. Don't tolerate shit you don't want to do. Do you know what I mean? You're controlling your own life here, and you can experience what you want to experience. That's really what it comes down to. You can create your experiences. Do you want to see like bullshit or do you want to see good things? Do you know? Because whatever your perception is and how you view it, it's going to reflect. It's going to translate. Check out these books, The Secret and The Law of Attraction. I would read both of them and just, but I would read them multiple times. This takes repetition to understand. It's an easy concept to understand, but to actually learn to apply it to your life and see results, it does take a little work and it takes some time. But so does anything else. Building a habit takes time. Our brains need repetition in order for it to become, as I like to say, on autopilot. So think about yourself right now when you're on autopilot. When you first wake up in the morning, how do you feel? What do you think? What's going on in your mind? Are you upset that it's the day? Maybe it's Monday and you have to go back to work. That's a great example of people waking up pissed. Is that you? It doesn't have to be. You're creating. That's whether you chose to or not. You are creating that. And a lot of it's from other people installing programs onto us and us just not realizing that we can really drive the bus in there. But we take all these outer experiences, soak them in, and now we act accordingly. And it doesn't do us good. So if you can learn to control the way you're thinking and steer your own bus, brother, repetition will build up to where you wake up and your autopilot based function is like really good, high energy, high vibes, feeling amazing, ready to tackle the day. No matter what's going on in your outside world, your inside world, because remember, there's two worlds we experience, the outer and the inner. The inner is what you fully have 100% uncontested control of. No one has control of your inner world but you. Don't let the outer world affect it too much because it'll just keep going in a loop, man. You'll just keep manifesting it. So try to create from the inside until you see it on the outside. Hold true to whatever vision you want. If you want to get that new job or if you want to have a full career path change, you can do all that stuff. I promise. I've changed my life around from really, really low lows to really high highs. And I still am creating and I have more to do. I have a lot more to do, as we all do, for our very short time, our quick time we have to experience in this world. So I hope this fires you up a little bit. Trying to motivate my brothers and sisters. Have a good day. Keep your energy up. I'll be back. Thanks for the support. Peace.